Did you know that one single mistake in September can ruin your entire Zone 9 garden for months? Yes, you heard that right. Gardeners often think September is the end of the season, but the truth is, this month can actually make or break your success for the whole year. Imagine walking into your backyard in December and still picking fresh vegetables, leafy greens, and herbs, all because of what you planted right now in September. Surprising, isn't it? But here's the twist. Most beginners completely miss the timing and they end up planting the wrong crops. That's why in this September planting guide for Zone 9 best vegetables and crops to grow now, I'm going to show you not only what to plant, but also how to keep your garden thriving in warm climates. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the #1 crop beginners ignore that could change everything. So why does September matter so much in Zone 9 gardening? Let's break it down. Zone 9 is known for its long, warm growing season. In places like Florida, Texas, Louisiana, and even parts of California, the weather stays warm while other regions are cooling down. This gives Zone 9 gardeners a massive advantage, but only if you know how to use it. Here's where the trick comes in. September is a transition month. It's when the blazing summer heat starts to cool just a little and plants finally get some relief. At the same time, winter hasn't yet arrived, which means you can sneak in a whole new round of crops. But here's the catch. If you wait too long, temperatures can drop quickly and you'll miss the window. That's why timing is everything. And in just a minute, I'll share the crops that thrive best right now. But before that, let me ask you, have you ever wondered which vegetables love September planting the most in Zone 9? Let's dive into it. All right, let's get to the juicy part, vegetables. September is like a second chance for your garden. While others think the season is over, Zone 9 gardeners get to enjoy a fresh start. But there's the golden rule: not all veggies love this timing. Some will fail miserably, while others will thrive like crazy. First up, leafy greens. Lettuce, spinach, and kale are September superstars. They love the slightly cooler nights, but still grow fast in warm daytime temps. If you've been dreaming of crisp salad straight from your backyard, now is your moment. Next, root vegetables. Carrots, radishes, and beets do fantastic when planted in early to mid-September. They need that warm soil to get started, but as temperatures cool, they sweeten up beautifully. Don't forget broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower. These brassicas thrive in Zone 9 when started in September. But here's the secret: most beginners plant them too late. Get them in the ground now and you'll be harvesting before the coldest months. And here comes the suspense. I promised earlier, there's one vegetable almost every beginner skips, but it's one of the easiest to grow in September. That vegetable is peas. Yes, peas. They sprout fast, climb easily, and they love the mild September climate. So if you're making a list, make sure peas are right at the top. Now let's talk herbs and greens, because what's a thriving garden without fresh flavor? September is perfect for herbs that struggle in summer heat. Cilantro is a big winner. It bolts in hot weather, but in September, it finally calms down and gives you steady leaves. Parsley is another must. It grows slowly at first, but once it gets going in Zone 9, it becomes nearly unstoppable through the cooler months. And don't sleep on dill. Imagine adding fresh dill to your cooking all fall and winter just because you planted it now. For greens, try Swiss chard and arugula. These grow incredibly fast, and you'll have harvests within weeks. Plus, they can handle the temperature swings of September. Here's the fun part: herbs not only flavor your food, but they also act as natural pest control in your garden. So while you're planting your vegetables, sprinkle in some herbs and you'll thank yourself later. You might think flowers don't matter right now, but they do. Companion plants are secret weapons for every Zone 9 gardener. Marigolds, for example, are more than just pretty. They help keep harmful insects away from your veggies. Plant them near tomatoes, peppers, or beans, and watch how your plants stay healthier. Another great choice is nasturtium. It's edible, it grows fast, and it attracts beneficial insects that protect your garden. And here's a quick surprise, even in September, you can still plant sunflowers in some parts of Zone 9. They add beauty and attract pollinators, making your whole garden thrive. So don't skip flowers, they're not just decoration, they're part of your garden's defense system. All right, let's pause here for a second. While September can be magical for Zone 9, it can also be a disaster if you make these common mistakes. Here's the first mistake, planting summer crops again. Many beginners try to plant tomatoes or peppers in late September, but by the time they mature, the weather has shifted and they struggle. The second mistake, overwatering. September still has heat, but cooler nights mean soil doesn't dry as fast. Too much water can drown young seedlings before they even start. And here's the big one, forgetting to protect against early pests. Warm climates mean bugs are still active. If you're not paying attention, caterpillars and aphids will attack your tender plants overnight. There's one mistake bigger than all the others, a mistake that silently kills your garden's growth. But before I reveal it, let's talk about how to make your garden actually thrive in this warm climate. So how do you keep your garden thriving in warm climates like Zone 9 during September? Tip 1. Mulch is your best friend. A layer of mulch keeps soil cool, locks in moisture, and prevents weeds from taking over. Tip 2. Stagger your planting. Instead of planting everything in one day, spread it out over a couple of weeks. This way, if the weather suddenly shifts, you won't lose your entire crop. Tip 3. Pay attention to shade. September sun can still scorch seedlings. A little temporary shade cloth can save your young plants from heat stress. And remember the mistake I hinted at earlier? It's this, ignoring soil health. If you're planting in the same soil over and over without feeding it compost or organic matter, your plants will slowly weaken, no matter how perfect the timing is. Did you know that Zone 9 gardeners can harvest fresh crops almost every single month of the year? Most people don't believe it, but it's true, and September is the month that makes it possible. September in Zone 9 is critical because it's a transition month. The best vegetables to plant now are leafy greens, root crops, and brassicas like broccoli and cauliflower.
Herbs like cilantro, parsley, and dill thrive right now.
Flowers like marigolds and nasturtium protect your garden while adding beauty. Avoid common mistakes like planting summer crops too late, overwatering, and neglecting soil health. Use mulch, stagger planting, and give your seedlings shade when needed. So, here's your challenge. Pick just 3 of the crops I mentioned today and plant them this week. Your future self will thank you when you're harvesting fresh produce while everyone else thinks the season is over. This was your September planting guide for Zone 9 best vegetables and crops to grow now. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share with another gardener. Your Zone 9 garden is about to thrive like never before.